So I think, I remember, Biju, we were there at a couple of days back. I met him at the World Retail Congress in Dubai. And we were actually interacting with a certain amount of people from the industry of retail. And there was one gentleman that I came across. He was on stage talking about luxury. And somebody asked him, why aren't luxury brands, coming to India? And why is luxury very slow to India and all of that? So he had a very fancy answer to it. He said, the luxury that world has is not enough luxury for India because India has much more luxury than what the world has to offer. So I was amazed. And then eventually he gave an example that a lady in India, for her, a Louis Vuitton bag or XYZ brand bag isn't luxury, but luxury to her is to buy a $10,000 sari. And that made my collar up, and I said, now I'm representing ethnic. And someone on stage in Dubai on a retail congress of the world is talking about something like that. That's fancy. And I belong to that kind of industry where I'm coming from. So that gave me a lot of push. But then again, at the back of the mind, I was thinking there are a lot of people that we meet, a lot of friends of ours sitting here, the real estate guys, the mall developers, and all of that. A couple of years back, we remember we used to struggle telling them that we need to get a space in your mall. And they used to say, do you have an ethnic zone? We want in the ethnic zone. They're like, ethnic zone? Baba, we have ground floor for international brands, first floor menswear, second floor ladies. Yeah, we have one or two ethnic, we'll place you there. So that was the end of story for ethnic wear at that time. So, and today we see the kind of space ethnic wear is sharing in the whole of Indian retail space. So I think that journey took a long time from recognizing that to this, what ethnic is today in India. So I think ethnic is spread across. It has been misunderstood by a lot of people. Ethnic is the craft behind a certain kind of a product, a commodity, or something of that sort. It comes probably a fabric from Banaras, or a sari from Kanjivaram, or a person weaving some cottons in Ahmedabad, or hardcore printing happening in Jaipur, or probably the embroideries in Calcutta, or probably the China of India, which is pricing from Surat. So, there's a whole array of things that makes ethnic wear what it is today, and ethnic is a mix of all of that. So we at Neeru's, by the way, when I talk about Neeru's, so we are a 45-year-old legacy which is being carrying forward, and I'm being the second generation to this since the past couple of years in my journey with the company. And it's been a whole lot of journey because we started off with a small setup from the 1970s and so on and so forth, and today being having a presence with over 55 to 60 EBOs and MBOs pan-India. But the whole journey was fine. It was all fancy. But then the whole thing I recognized that time was, what about ethnic as a subject? So to answer that, we all sat together and we planned two most luxurious and flagship stores of Neeru's, which we called as Neeru's Emporio in Hyderabad, in Jubilee Hills and Banjara Hills. Jubilee Hills is like the Beverly Hills, so it's quite cool to be at, and a nice retail space as well. So, something like the Fifth Avenue. So Jubilee Hills, where we had each being about 40,000 to 30,000 to 40,000 square feet of space, and selling XYZ, everything A to Z of ethnic. So that's how much you can fill ethnic in you. And which is what drove me and the whole team of Neeru's to make this ethnic space as the aspirational space, and not just to be considered one unorganized sector in India where there are a lot of people, regional and national, struggling to be there, but struggling to have that niche in the market and to be called as organized people. We have a lot of friends from Puma, national brands, and all of those, but then we are not as organized as what we are called as, but today the time is changing. And I think with Neeru's, this is what we are looking at, to be more aspirational than just being just another brand in the retail space. After the flagship stores and all of that, seeing the growth of the whole ethnic wear industry, and we see a lot of these investors coming in and fancying this journey of ethnic wear in the past 1 or 2 years, Mr. Biju also being part of some of them and rating it to certain levels. I think today ethnic is sexy. It's become the subject of India. I think the retail is coming up. We are now considered as those people when we enter a mall. Sir, we have an ethnic zone. These are the brands. We can give you a space here. We know what ethnic is, we know the per square feet, we know this, that, and XYZ, all about ethnic wear, and that's what gives us the push to do more at the brands. And nowadays, when we are moving ahead, we hear a lot of this term, because what I feel is, we heard another phrase, that is change or you will be changed. So today we are all talking about, and I'm not talking about the change of online or omni-channel or something, I'm talking about the practical change, that is the millennials. The word existing today is millennials. So I think for some of them, millennials between 18 to 35 or something of that sort. So these people who aspire to wear all the West fashion, today we want them to identify what the grace of ethnic is, to take it further in their future life and adopt this as fashion as well. Because I repeat it again, ethnic is sexy, ethnic is the next thing, and we are going to do a lot of fusion wear, a lot of ethnic fusion wear, which is going to come up not just at Neeru's, but a lot of our friends and family here belonging to the retail space. And let us change your mind by saying ethnic is the thing that's going to be there as an organized sector in the retail space in India.